Welcome to PM Ready, your guide to becoming PMP certified. This is part 2 of the role of the project manager. As a project manager, you should also take the time and make the effort to stay informed about current industry trends. You should stay up to date on the new products that are being introduced or that are under development, new technologies that are being developed and applied, tools that are available that can help you on your project, the market and the general market conditions, and the different market segments and niches that are in your industry. It's also important to stay up to date on the standards, not only in project management, but also in quality management and other areas such as information security. It's also good to keep an eye on the economy and all of the economic forces that could impact your project. For example, if you're working in the construction industry, building homes, it's important for you to know how the housing market is doing and whether it's going up or down. And if there's a sudden downturn, you shouldn't be the last one to hear about it. You should stay up to date on process improvements that could help you deliver your project more effectively. And in some cases, you'll also need to keep an eye on the society and the community in which your project operates, including the politics involved in the community around you. For example, if you're working in an industry in which projects can have an environmental impact, you should be aware of what's being done in the industry to minimize that impact or to counteract the effect of it in order to best meet the needs of the stakeholders and keep the society and community in which you operate happy with your work. You'll also have responsibilities relative to the profession of project management. These include not only developing your own skills and talents through continuing education and training, but also to contribute to the project management profession by sharing what you've learned with others in the profession and helping them to benefit from what you've learned. As you look for ways to both improve your own professional development as well as to contribute, keep in mind that there are other areas that are unrelated to project management that you could take a look at. For example, you could learn more about systems engineering or configuration management. You could learn more about operations and support and manufacturing. Knowing more about these different fields of study can provide you with insights and improve your project management. You can also look at other industries and professions. You may be working in IT, but you may find that looking into the construction industry or the mining industry or aerospace or other industries can provide you with some insights that could be applied to your industry. In turn, you may be able to help others in those industries with some of the things that you've learned in your industry. Don't limit yourself to just project management and just your industry. Some of the best advances and innovations have come from cross-pollination and by combining insights across multiple disciplines and industries. PMI has introduced what they call the talent triangle. The three sides of this triangle are technical project management on one side, leadership on another, and strategic business management on the third side. The talent triangle represents the fact that being a great technical project manager alone is not enough, that you also need to have competencies in leadership as well as strategic and business management. Organizations are recognizing more and more the need for these other skills and competencies, and the need for project managers to balance them. It's not enough to be good at Gantt charts and cost forecasts and scheduling. You also need to be able to lead a team, and you need to understand strategic and business management well enough that you can do a great job of aligning the objectives of the project to the larger business goals and strategies. The best project managers are strong in all three of these categories. Organizations are increasingly looking for project managers who demonstrate a great balance of these skill sets, for project managers that can be strategic partners in business success. What are technical project management skills? They are the effective application of knowledge about how to deliver successful projects. They include things like knowing how to develop a project management plan and all of its various components, including scope management, schedule management, cost management, quality, resource, communications, risk, procurement, and stakeholder engagement. It includes knowing how to initiate a project, how to plan for it, how to direct and manage project work, how to monitor and control project work, and how to close a project when it's done. It includes details such as how to collect requirements and define the appropriate scope, how to estimate how long tasks will take, and to estimate how much it will cost, how to plan for quality and ensure that quality is embedded in your project, and how to ensure that your project has deliverables that meet the agreed quality standards and objectives. The best project managers are able to effectively apply these technical project management skills on the projects that they manage. Effective project management also includes being familiar with and having the right artifacts readily available to share with stakeholders on a moment's notice. Essential artifacts such as the list of critical success factors for the project schedule and key milestones, the key financial reports, the assumption log, the issue log, and the risk register. Technical project management skills also include the ability to tailor the project management artifacts, tools, and techniques to each of your projects. This may include knowing when to apply agile methods and when to apply predictive methods. It can also include knowing how much process to apply to different projects. Some projects are much simpler than others and don't need nearly as much formality and process, while other projects are more complex or higher risk and need much more focus and effort on formal tools and techniques. The best project managers also make sure that they take the time to thoroughly plan out the project and to prioritize all of the different requests and requirements. They understand the importance of starting off well and having a well-developed plan. Careful planning can make the difference between a project that is successful and meets business requirements and makes stakeholders happy, and a project that struggles, is late and over budget, and fails to deliver on business value. Strategic and business management skills involve being able to see the big picture, to see the organization as a whole, and to understand the needs of the organization and how various projects can support the strategic goals of the organization. The more familiar you are with the organization and its needs, the better you'll be able to ensure this strategic alignment between projects and the organization, and the easier it will be for you to navigate the structure of the organization and get what you need for your projects. It's especially important for you to have a working knowledge of the areas of finance, marketing, and operations, and to become familiar with these departments or organizations. These skills also include gaining some general understanding and knowledge of the industry and the products and services in this industry, otherwise known as domain knowledge. Being able to effectively communicate the project's scope, schedule, costs, and other technical information about the project is a technical project management skill. However, being able to explain how a project impacts the business and how it will benefit it, the finance implications, the operations implications, and how it will benefit the marketing and sales and revenue of an organization. That's strategic and business management skill. Having this general business knowledge and this detailed information about your organization across various domains will help you to work more effectively with all of the key stakeholders, including the project sponsor, team members, customers, users, subject matter experts, team members, and other stakeholders, and to come up with the best way to develop and implement each project in order to maximize the business value. You should be familiar with your organization's mission, its goals and objectives, the strategies that it employs, the priorities that it places on different initiatives, the products and services that it offers, the customers, the marketplace, the competition, partners, and suppliers. Although the project sponsor is the one accountable for maintaining strategic alignment between the project and the organization, the project manager has the responsibility to be informed and to make recommendations to the project sponsor and other key stakeholders of things that should be done to maintain this strategic alignment. It's up to the project manager to learn the ropes of the organization and the industry well enough to make informed recommendations. This phrase or idiom of learn the ropes comes from the days of the old sailing ships. Everything on these ships was controlled by ropes, and so there were dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of ropes that controlled the ship. New crew members needed to learn all of these different ropes and what they were used for. Project managers need to learn the ropes of their organization and industry so that they can balance all of the different competing business needs and stakeholder expectations in order to maximize the benefits of the project. The project manager will need to consider all of the risks and issues and how they would affect the organization. Also, the financial implications of the project, both what it will cost and what it will benefit the organization. The project manager should be well versed and familiar with the cost-benefit analysis and the details of the value proposition of the project. The project manager should be involved in understanding the benefits management plan, what the stakeholders expect, and what strategies can be employed to realize these benefits. These and many other factors will need to be taken into account in order to properly balance the scope, budget, schedule, and quality of the project. What do we mean by leadership skills? We mean the ability to guide, motivate, and direct a team. Some of the specific leadership skills that are important include being able to negotiate win-win solutions, having the resilience to not be beaten by challenges but to overcome them, having exceptional communication skills, remembering that the best project managers spend about 90% of their time on communication. It's important to spend sufficient time with your key stakeholders and to make sure that everyone is on the same page and that you're aware of all of the issues and challenges and risks involved in a project. You need to be able to manage stakeholder expectations and not only to communicate information to them, but to actively seek information and to take constructive criticism and feedback and to really understand what it is that they need. Problem solving is another key leadership skill. Projects are full of problems, all sorts of problems, and project managers need to be good at critically thinking about these problems and coming up with solutions and using their interpersonal skills to seek and gain consensus on the solutions. Leaders are visionaries. meaning that they can imagine bold dreams for the future, and they're effective at communicating that vision and inspiring others with it. They're optimistic about the future, and they know how to collaborate with others to bring many people together to work on that dream or vision. Examples include John F. Kennedy and his vision and goal to land a man on the moon and bring him safely back. Also consider Martin Luther King and his "I Have a Dream" speech, or Steve Jobs and his visionary leadership of Apple. Great leaders are skillful at managing relationships and conflict because they take the time to build the formal and informal networks and relationships that they need. They're able to build trust. They know how to put themselves in other people's shoes, understand their needs and concerns, and how those needs and concerns can be satisfied. They know to balance the competing objectives of different projects, or even those within a project, or of different stakeholders. They know how to persuade and how to find win-win solutions. They understand the importance of people and of long-term relationships. Leaders demonstrate respect, integrity, and give credit to others when it's due. Leaders can see the big picture and know how to focus on what's most important and prioritize those project objectives and elements that are most important for project success and for delivering business value, and are able to help others understand these priorities and even come up with systems to help the whole team and all of the key stakeholders to better prioritize the features and requests for a project. Systems that can be applied throughout the organization, yet they're able to remain flexible as to how objectives are accomplished, meaning that they're more results-oriented than process-oriented. And this concludes Part 2 of the role of the project manager. PM Ready is a publication of PM Guaranteed and is based on the Project Management Institute's PMBOK guide.